Thank you. Now to an I-Team investigation surrounding video the NFTA doesn't want you to see. On the left, video of a bus driver doing good, helping a suicidal person on a bridge. On the right, well, we can't show it to you because we can't get our hands on it or any video concerning stories that might put the NFTA in a negative light. Our I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht is trying to get to the bottom of things.
Stop the bus, there's a boy stuck on the door.
That boy was stuck in the door of a metro bus like this a year ago, his legs dangling in traffic for nearly a city block before the driver finally hears his screams.
Just like a baby crying. He was in pain, he sounded in pain.
All of this caught on tape by cameras that you pay for that are mounted on each and every metro bus. After a year-long battle with the NFTA to obtain that footage, the contents of those cameras remain secret. But even as they sit locked away in this building, the videos tell a story about how far local governments will go to keep the public in the dark.
Why won't the NFTA release this video to the public?
We require and we feel very much obligated to protect the privacy of our riders.
Bob Freeman is the director of the state's Committee on Open Government. He values privacy, but says in this case, it simply doesn't apply.
When the incident occurs in plain sight and could be seen by any number of people, the argument involving personal privacy, it seems to me, diminishes, it may even disappear.
Consider that 4 years ago, the NFTA released this video of one of its bus drivers saving the life of a woman,
Miss, you all right?
who was about to jump off of a bridge.
When he sees something others chose to miss and does exactly the right thing.
There's people who would say, look, that's an incident where the NFTA looked good. This is an incident where the NFTA might not look good, and there's a double standard. How do you respond to that?
The woman's face was redacted to our satisfaction, and that's why that video was released.
This is Helen Tedderus, the NFTA's new spokeswoman, and in the interest of transparency, we want to explain why we're talking to her and not the agency's top leaders. We first asked for an interview with this woman, Executive Director Kim Minkle, who makes $218,000 a year in public money, but she declined our request. We were told we could interview this man, Dave State, the NFTA's general counsel, who makes $157,000 a year, but he backed out when we were setting up our cameras. So the task fell on Tedderus to explain all of this, even though she didn't even work for the NFTA at the time of the incident. The NFTA said we could have the video of the child stuck in the door, but only if we paid a fee. $1,902.82. The NFTA said it needed the money to pay someone to blur out the faces of its passengers.
That's sort of like giving someone medical records and saying, okay, use your Sharpie to, cover up and hide the information. I mean, we really do have to be very careful.
We even offered to bring our equipment to the NFTA and blur out the faces for them, something that would only take about 5 minutes and would cost taxpayers absolutely nothing.
They turned you down. In my opinion, that simply doesn't make a lot of sense.
About those blurred out faces, the NFTA wasn't so worried about privacy in May when it asked the media to circulate this picture of a suspected criminal. Notice no faces were blurred out.
So that was an error.
You have to ask yourself, is the NFTA just doing whatever it can do to stop this video from getting to the public?
It wasn't as if we were trying to prevent this. We just wanted that video to be released in a fashion that we were comfortable with.
How can you expect the public to have a trust in this agency when it makes them jump through so many hoops to just get a video like this?
I would say that the public does trust the NFTA. We spend a tremendous amount of time and effort to make sure that we're in compliance with FOIL.
FOIL, the state's Freedom of Information law, is what we used to try to obtain another NFTA video in January, after Nancy Hodges said a bus driver verbally harassed her on a Metro bus because she was disabled.
He said, "Why should I give you a reduced fare card? You don't look like you're disabled. And you're going to have to start paying full price because Donald Trump said this is a new America and that everybody is going to have to pay their own way."
Such a troubling story. I guess to get to the bottom of this, we really do need to see that video.
Absolutely.
At the time of the incident, the NFTA said it was, quote, reviewing all available video to see what transpired. But when we asked for a copy, the NFTA said it had no video or audio records because there was a video system defect on that bus.
We're supposed to be public servants, and we're supposed to make records available, in the words of the law, whenever and wherever feasible.
Great reporting, Charlie. I mean, it all boils down to transparency for the public dollar. What surprised you the most with the story?
Well, you know, I think that the NFTA thought we were going to sort of take their answer and go away here, but you know, it would have been a lot easier if they provided the video. At some point, this stopped being a story about one child and it became a story about this agenda of secrecy within the NFTA. They thought we were going to go away. We're not going to go away on things like this because the I-Team is going to look into this because the public truly deserves to know.
Okay.
Charlie, thank you. Another great story where you're fighting for the public, as always. Thanks again.